I definitely want to just go over this real quick because I find it funny. Those stupid assholes over at Warner Brothers have been DMCAing this image of Mix Freeze. Everyone's saying that this is Nora, but I'm not so sure this is Nora because it's a multiverse Mr. Freeze. So it's probably a woman version of Victor.
Looks very
That's my
weird.
guess. I don't think this is Nora like people are saying it is. I think this is a multiversal gender swapped Mr. Freeze.
Respect my pronouns, you misogynistic pig.
Yeah, I did a video on this and I said, I'm not sure if this is real. And then they started DMCAing people. Here's John Trent getting DMCA'd by Natalie Thomas, a senior manager over at Warner Brothers who does content protection and analytics.
For what? Just showing the image?
Just showing this leaked image.
Mm-hmm. Where does since we got a lawyer here, where does this fall under? Because I have a similar question on this. Where does this fall under the First Amendment and freedom of the press? Because fucking Sony's been coming after me hardcore too for putting up the trailer for the Married with Children shit. And then you get this kind of crap too lately. How can they even really technically do this?
They can do it because they're Warner Brothers. And
right, I guess.
But I mean, in that regard. But as far as like your First Amendment protection in this, it's a little different than if, as a reporter, you get leaked a bunch of government documents.
Right.
Because you have a right to freedom of the press, but now you're dealing with private companies and private matters. I'd love to make the argument you guys are just reporting on what's been leaked, but I think that for some of this, they're going to try to stop it where they can. But it's like the idea, like they're going to use DMCA takedowns, but they're never going to sue you because you didn't you got this. It was already out there. You didn't cause the, leaking of their private data or anything like that. So this is their way of abusing the system to help themselves.
Well, and usually the best way for them to do
this is entirely.
When they do it, then they just kill your ability to monetize it in its at its highest point, and then by the time the claim is cleared, it doesn't matter anymore because a lot of people in this space operate on the news cycle. So
yeah, it's got to be you got to be there the moment the shit drops, or no one's going to watch it. It's just the way it is. First one to the honeypot wins, basically.
Sony even took me out on Rumble.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine being like the poor Sony intern who's like relegated to Rumble duty.
They got pissed at me, evidently. I'm surprised I didn't get a letter in the mail yet or something showing up at my door.
There's only so much they can do with that. I mean,
that's what I figured, but I'm not scared or anything. But yeah.
Yeah, well, you're getting something that's been laundered through multiple times, and you clearly didn't leak it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was real at first. All they did was create a Streisand effect with it. Now we know it's real. Right, like that's the thing.
That's your new name, Rhino. That's Star Wars Australian.
Mine is the same thing here. Too. Them going after this means we know it's real now, right? Like that's the thing. They just played
confirmed now. And they you know what they should have done? I mean, I'm not a programmer. I don't know what it takes.
You know what we should be asking Warner Brothers? Is Mix Freeze going to have environmentally friendly coolant in her refrigeration system?
Well, I got something even dumber for you. Why the fuck does this person have a fur neck thing to keep them warm?
Well, Mr. What that was.
Yeah, like the whole point is they have to stay at sub-zero temperatures. So why is there like a mink fox neck warmer there? That's the stupidest thing.
That does look weird on that outfit.
Mr. Freeze was more relevant during like the ozone layer crisis of the 80s. Now it's climate change. It's not quite the same thing.
But look, I was gonna say what they could have done. I don't know how to design shit for a game, but I can't imagine changing the head of the character would be that hard to do. No, I think they could shift it and fix this.
It barely even looks like they did anything because I mean the body still looks fairly masculine until you get down to the hips. Anyway,
you guys just gave me an idea for an environmentally friendly like comic book. You could have the Oxygen Man, and then you could have the CO2 Man, and then like versus. I don't
like
know how
Captain Power, man.
I was just gonna say that.
I don't know how their powers work, but it's
CO2 in his
ridiculous.
Fucking do it, Rhino, and get all that money from those environmentalist fucks.
Yeah.
Do it.